In a world where love knows no bounds, we often overlook the tiny details that can make or break a relationship. We've all heard the saying that love is blind, but what happens when that blindness leads us down a path of ignorance, a path that can have devastating consequences? This is a story about the consequences of ignoring genotype before marriage, a tale of love, loss, and the importance of being informed. In a small village nestled in the heart of a bustling city, there lived a young couple, Ade and Nneoma. They met by chance at a friend's wedding and it was love at first sight. Ade was smitten by Nneoma's beauty and charm, while Nneoma was captivated by Ade's kind heart and sense of humor. As they began to date, their love for each other only grew stronger, and before long, they decided to take the next step and get married. Their families were overjoyed at the news, and the preparations for the wedding began in earnest. But in the midst of all the excitement, a wise old woman from the village approached Ade's mother and warned her about the importance of genotype testing before marriage. She explained that Ade and Nneoma's genotype could be incompatible, and that this could lead to serious health problems for their children. But Ade's mother waved her off, saying that love conquers all, and that they would face whatever challenges came their way. As the big day approached, Ade and Nneoma were too caught up in their own little world to worry about anything else. They were convinced that their love was strong enough to overcome any obstacle, and they paid little heed to the wise old woman's warning. The wedding was a beautiful affair, with friends and family gathering from far and wide to celebrate the union of the young couple. And as they exchanged their vows, Ade and Nneoma were convinced that they were meant to be together, no matter what. But as the months went by, Nneoma began to notice that she was getting pregnant, and the couple was overjoyed at the prospect of starting a family. However, their joy was short-lived, as Nneoma's pregnancy was plagued by complications. She suffered from recurring bouts of anemia, and the doctors warned her that her condition could put both her life and that of her unborn child at risk. Despite the challenges, Nneoma was determined to carry her pregnancy to term, and Ade was by her side every step of the way. Finally, the day arrived, and Nneoma gave birth to a beautiful baby boy. But as they held their newborn in their arms, Ade and Nneoma couldn't shake off the feeling that something was off. Their baby was born with a rare genetic disorder, one that would require constant medical attention and care. The doctors explained that the disorder was a result of Ade and Nneoma's incompatible genotypes, and that they had unknowingly passed it down to their child. Ade and Nneoma were devastated. They had never imagined that their love could lead to such a tragic outcome. They felt guilty and helpless, wondering how they could have prevented this from happening. As they struggled to come to terms with their new reality, they began to realize the importance of genotype testing before marriage. They had ignored the wise old woman's warning, and now they were paying the price. As the days turned into weeks, and the weeks into months, Ade and Nneoma's relationship began to fray. The constant stress and worry of caring for their sick child took a toll on their marriage. They began to argue and fight, each one blaming the other for their predicament. Ade felt like he had let Nneoma down, while Nneoma felt like Ade had not been supportive enough. The love that had once been so strong was now on the verge of collapse. One day, as they sat in their living room, exhausted and drained, Ade turned to Nneoma and asked her if she regretted marrying him. Nneoma looked at him, tears streaming down her face, and said that she didn't regret their love, but she did regret not being more careful. She wished they had listened to the wise old woman and taken the necessary precautions. Ade nodded in agreement, and for the first time, they both realized that their love was not enough to overcome the consequences of their ignorance. As they navigated the challenges of caring for their sick child, Ade and Nneoma began to learn more about genotype testing and its importance. They discovered that genotype testing was a simple and painless process, one that could have saved them from the heartache they were now experiencing. They wished they had known more about it before getting married, and they vowed to spread the word to others, so that no one else would have to go through what they were going through. Their story is a cautionary tale, one that highlights the importance of being informed and taking responsibility for our actions. It shows us that love is not enough, and that we must be mindful of the consequences of our choices. As we reflect on Ade and Nneoma's story, we are reminded that genotype testing is not just a medical procedure, but a necessary step in ensuring the health and well-being of our children. In today's world, where medical technology has advanced so far, there is no excuse for ignoring genotype testing before marriage. We have the knowledge and the tools to prevent genetic disorders, and it is our responsibility to use them. So, to all the young couples out there who are planning to get married, please take heed of Ade and Nneoma's story. Don't let love blind you to the importance of genotype testing. Take the necessary precautions, and ensure that your love is built on a foundation of knowledge and responsibility. As we come to the end of this story, we are left with a sense of sadness and regret. Ade and Nneoma's love was pure and true, but it was not enough to overcome the consequences of their ignorance. Their story serves as a reminder to us all to be mindful of the importance of genotype testing before marriage. So, let us take a moment to reflect on our own lives and to consider the choices we make. Let us prioritize knowledge and responsibility and ensure that our love is built on a foundation of wisdom and care. And now, dear viewers, we ask that you take a moment to like, subscribe, and comment on this video. Share your thoughts and experiences, and let's start a conversation about the importance of genotype testing before marriage. Let's work together to spread awareness and to prevent the kind of heartache that Ade and Nneoma experienced. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to hearing from you in the comments below. Remember, love is a beautiful thing, but it must be built on a foundation of knowledge and responsibility.